right? Back with another video, and this time I want to talk about an article that I read recently that really kind of bothered me, and I was like, and I wrote an article about it in my website, which I'm gonna mention at the end of the video, so that we can get right into the actual topic of today's video. So, and that article pretty much talked about how kids nowadays play trash games and they have so much access to. Oh, take note that this was a game journalist, right? A quote unquote game journalist, someone who covers games and writes articles about games and who gets paid to pretty much play games, right? And he was saying how his kids were playing trash games. And when I read the article, it really bothered me because at one point we played dumb games, right? Like but the point of those games were that they entertained us. They were fun, right? And at one point, those games that they used to call dumb, they probably call them classics nowadays, right? And he was mostly calling out mobile games and how they mostly take over most of these kids' lives or their days playing on the tablet or whatever. But I don't think that really matters. At one point they're gonna end up transitioning to maybe a console or a PC later on in his life. Obviously, if he's a game journalist and has so much available material at his home, I'm pretty sure at one point they're gonna play whatever he has lying around. But for that moment, like, why not just let them have fun with whatever they are playing? Um, and obviously, with some of those games that he mentioned were Among Us, and we all know Among Us blew up this past year, and for good reason. It's actually a really good game. It's fun. It's like who doesn't like a murder mystery game, right? And especially some game like Among Us that's really like simple to play, and you could literally pick it up, join a game, quick, like no wasting time, right away. And the games don't last longer than 10 minutes, maybe. And the game was perfect. And I bet if Among Us didn't blow up, maybe he would have been complaining about it too, how it's a trash game, this and that. And the next game that he mentioned was a this game called Zuma, I believe it's called. It's a free for all battle royale, and you're gonna say another battle royale. Great. Who wants another battle royale? But it's a mobile game, and you know whatever, right? But we also have to remember that another battle royale that blew up, and you know what I'm about to say. It's Fortnite. Fortnite was a very childish game, in my opinion. I thought it was until I actually played it, like the first few seasons, and I had fun. I actually had a lot of fun, and I gave it a chance, right? And why he was where I was, or he is where I was about Fortnite, right? Clowning Fortnite, calling it childish. This game is terrible until I actually tried it, and it was actually really fun. And so I was thinking, like, why doesn't he just try it? He brags about being a game journalist and how he plays games, reviews games. Then this is part of your job, right? This is maybe something that you should like incorporate into your job and write about something instead of writing about trashing these kids for playing these mobile games. Why not play the game yourself and then write about why it's entertaining kids? Why are these people, why are this younger generation playing these games? Like, there has to be something that like keeps them playing for a while. Why not do that and write an article that about that? But because it doesn't get views, right? It's all about the views. Oh, I'm gonna get more views clowning on my kids or these kids, right? Instead of actually doing some game journalist work. But other than that, like he just kept going on how he has he has a lot of available material, like the different game consoles, the newest next gen, a PC, all these different big AAA titles, even some retro titles, and that they have so much there, and they prefer to play Among Us and Zuma, right? And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If they want to play that, let them play. Who cares? Like who cares what they want to play? Just let them play what they want to play, and maybe as they grow older, then they'll get more into those AAA titles and the Steam websites, right? Who knows how much it can go from there? I mean, it's kind of apparent why, right? Because he obviously has a job to do, and it's to get attention to his where he works, and obviously it worked because I clicked on his article, right? But at the same time, I was looking for something to write about, and he even gave me material to write about. But I'm not gonna link the title of the article or anything. I can't even find it. But I'm just gonna leave it as is, just in case. I don't want to send any hate. But it did bother me a bit that we grew, most of us, or at least I was, you know, I grew up with so little when it came to video games. Obviously, my parents weren't very big fans of it, so I whatever I got, I took it. And I'm like, who? I don't care. Give me that game. Like, I don't care if the game is trash. Give it to me. I played it. I even had when I got my PlayStation 2, I had like the only games I had were the disc with demos on it. It wasn't even a full game. It was not a full game. I had a disc full of demos, and that was it. And I did not complain. I had fun. There were some really good demos on there, some Mortal Cross, some Battlefront 2, and but they were demos, and I was happy with it. And you're probably like, "That's so dumb. Why are you playing demos?" And I'll probably like talk about this later in a different video. But yeah, that's the only like game content I had, right? And I could still play until I like swindled my way into a Xbox 360. But that's for a different time. But you know, I had so little when I came to content, and me growing up, I didn't have a phone or um, right to play mobile games. It wasn't a thing. Maybe the closest thing I can get to it was my the computer that I got from school where I played pinball. Maybe that's the closest comparison I can put it. But even then, like those games weren't good. They were not good at all. But I had fun playing them, and people were probably looking at me like, what the hell? Like, why is this guy playing a pinball game on a computer? And I'm sure most of us have, or at least some of the older people here, if there are any older people, and I'm not calling you old. I'm old as well, right? You know, I'm not that old, but these were like those games that they would look at us and be like, "What the hell," right? And I feel like it's the same scenario with um, the author of this article. Like he's looking down on them and like, "Yo, I have so much over here, yet they decide to play some trash game," right? But in my opinion, who cares? Like, let them play. You can play whatever you want, right? And I do applaud him for not, like how do you say it, taking it away. Like, yo, give me your phone and here's an Xbox. Like, no, like I do I do say that at least he didn't do that. That would have been a different story. But at least he's done that and he lets them play whatever. But I don't think you should criticize them for what they want to play. And so that is it for this little more. It wasn't more like it wasn't even a commentary. It was more like a rant about something that triggered me, right? But that's it for today's video. And like I mentioned earlier in the video, I do have a website, and it is gamingcrater.com. I wrote the article, and I'll probably link the article in the description. But it's just like a typed description of what I talked about today. But if you guys want to go read it, go ahead. I'll link it in the description. Other than that, have a nice day. And thank you for watching another video.